All right, thank you guys. Like she mentioned, we're going to be talking about workload optimization and ScaleOps today, and I'm joined here by my friend Heiko. My name is Peter Irwin. I'm Global Sales VP at ScaleOps. I've been in the FinOps world for about 5 years now, and been optimizing cloud and Kubernetes costs the whole time. So, Heiko.
Heiko Zuerker, I'm a principal architect at Northwestern Mutual. FinOps near and dear to my heart, of course, along with many other things like reliability engineering and so on.
Awesome. So today I just want to introduce you guys a little bit to the ScaleOps platform at a high level, and then we'll spend some time talking about Northwestern's journey on this optimization train. So ScaleOps is the only platform for real-time automated resource optimization in Kubernetes. And what that means is saving money, lots of money, saving time, lots of time, and improving the performance and reliability of your applications. So it's a zero trade-off value proposition. It's gain everything. You have nothing to lose. Just about us, we've been around a few years now. We're backed by Lightspeed and have lots of great customers who are enjoying the benefits of automation in their Kubernetes clusters. So to touch on the problem specifically for a moment, in Kubernetes, there's a massive mismatch and underlying brokenness to how resources are managed. Ultimately, you have nodes in purple. These are what you pay for. These are the instances in the cloud, the machines in your data center, and those are filled up and scaled by the pods, the small rounded boxes here. But the problem is that pods are fundamentally defined with a static request value for those resources. And underlying that is dynamic usage of those resources. So at any given time, you are always either over or under provisioning, causing either waste, performance issues, latency problems, and the only answers are spending lots of time doing that. And Heiko will talk you through some of the challenges and approaches they've taken along the way here. But ScaleOps is the easy button. We're context-aware, real-time automation that just enables, with a single click, efficient resource management. No more time chasing developers to merge PR requests or apply recommendations to their workloads. No more risky tuning exercises in the DevOps platform team, making guesses on applications they don't fully understand. And this is all built for the most critical production environments on Earth. Heiko.
Next slide, please. If you're not familiar with Northwestern Mutual, we provide financial planning services, wealth management, and insurance products such as life and long-term care. So we've been using Kubernetes since the early days. We actually rolled out version 1.0 in production. And Kubernetes is a really awesome platform, but it comes with its own challenges, especially when you run it at scale. Over the last couple of years, we experienced a lot of application stability issues, and a lot of them were traced back to improper or incorrect container sizing. So when we started looking at tooling like ScaleOps, our top priority was improving system stability. Now, don't get me wrong, saving a couple $1 million was a really nice side effect, but it wasn't our priority. Unfortunately, when it comes to container right-sizing, you really need a PhD in Kubernetes. And not every engineering team has the same skill set. And we tried everything to solve this problem. We had white glove services where we took people or teams through load testing exercises. We helped them modify their code, set the right settings, deploy their applications to production. We created dashboards that told them exactly how much CPU and memory requests and limits they had to set. We even went as far as writing our own application. We created automated merge requests, and all teams had to do was press a button to merge it and then deploy it. All of these approaches failed. We had problems with adoption of it, and we really needed to do something about that. And we said, stop. We need a completely different approach. We need a new approach, because whatever we have tried is not working. Also, we wanted to not have any trade-offs. We needed to solve the stability issue, but also wanted to reduce our cloud spend significantly. So when we started looking at tools, ScaleOps stood out, not just because of the feature set that was meeting everything we needed, but it was basically pushing us beyond what we were planning originally. And not only that, we were able to do this in a much accelerated timeline. And I'll have a slide later to dive into the details. Now we have fully automated container right-sizing with zero involvement from our engineers. It gets even better because of the stability issues. We were really excited about features like the fast reaction mode it has. Sometimes things change. Your workload needs are changing. Maybe you need all of a sudden more memory, more CPU. The fast reaction mode kicks in, and within a couple minutes, it auto-corrects everything and prevents outages. Now, you can't avoid all problems. Things that could happen is like out-of-memory events within your application workloads. The tool actually detects those out-of-memory events, adjusts the resources, and auto-heals your workload. What happens then is the application fails with out-of-memory, incident gets generated. By the time the support team gets engaged, gets on a call, it's already fixed itself. That's just a huge deal for us. When it comes to sizing workloads, in the past, we sized a lot of workloads with feel-good settings. Or if there was an outage in production, our first default reaction was double all resources. And that's okay, right? At this point, you have to stabilize your environment, you have to get the business back up and running, so it's perfectly acceptable. The problem with this approach is nobody ever goes back and lowers those resources. So as time goes on, you accumulate more and more waste in your environment, and you got to do something about this. So we had to get away from these emotional sizing decisions and get to a data-driven approach where applications get exactly what they need when they need it. Did it work? I would say the numbers speak for themselves. We have extremely conservative settings right now. So without even trying, we have reduced our footprint by 15,000 CPU cores and 30 terabytes of memory. So if there are any finance people in the room, they're probably already getting a little bit excited about this, right? But remember, our main goal was to improve stability of our environment. 40% of our workloads were upsized. You think about this. 40% of our workloads were not sized correctly for production and were at the risk of failure. Flip side, 60% of the workloads were way too big, wasting resources, wasting money. Now I'm happy to say 100% of our workloads in Kubernetes are right-sized. Not only that, we were able to test, let's call it a test, the fast reaction mode in production a couple of times, where something changed in our environment, all of a sudden the workloads needed more resources, fast reaction mode came in, prevented outages. Now speaking of outages, we had 0 sizing related outages in production since we rolled out the tool. Now everybody please knock on wood, I don't want to jinx ourselves now, right? I can't speak for others, but we always had problems with prioritizing work. If it's between day 2 activities like right-sizing workloads versus developing business features, guess what wins? It's the business features, right? It's a non-issue for us now because we don't think about right-sizing. It just happens, it's auto magic. Next slide. We worked with ScaleOps I think since the beginning of 24, we went through POC cycles, tested them out. I can talk to you about the POC offline a little bit. But when we made then the purchasing decision, and that happened in September, we bought a tool, we started rolling it out in November into our dev environment. At that point, we got the tool for free. What happened is we had so much waste in our development environment, because think about it, there's a lot lower utilization as well. All the optimizations the tool was doing offset the licensing costs. So that was already a point where we got really excited, and we got our finance person sitting right here in the front. She was really happy with us and was looking forward and pushing us to roll out even faster. We took advantage of our year-end freeze, where we made sure we really understand the tool, learn more about the tool, we optimized the setting, got everything prepared for rolling out to the next environments. We hit our QA environment in February, fast follow was production, and we completed our rollout last March, and all of our Kubernetes clusters are now managed by ScaleOps, and it has been working great. This probably sounds too good to be true, and to be honest, we didn't believe these guys either. We put them through the ringer on the POC. I would just suggest, talk to Peter and team, get a POC set up, put it in your own cluster, try it out, get your own opinion. And hopefully you're gonna have the same success story as we had. That's it for me, Peter.
Thanks, Heiko, appreciate that. So guys, look, we're between everybody and happy hour here, so we want to keep it short, but the key takeaways from us are it's very easy, it happens very quickly, there's no work required from your engineering teams, for the FinOps folks in the room who have back and forth with DevOps and platform all the time and are chasing these gains. This is really your easy button that they appreciate and they enjoy. Not only does it give you the cost benefits, but it also gives the engineering teams the reliability and stability they need, and everybody wins. So please come join us, talk to us at the booth. There is a happy hour in the expo hall, which I'm excited to be joining here shortly with Heiko. So come on by and ask us some questions if you have any. Thanks, guys.
All right, let's give a big round of applause to them. Thank you so very much.
Hey everyone, producer Andrew here. Thank you so much for watching and for your support. For more FinOps X 2025 content, go check out our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and leave comments and questions for all of our wonderful speakers. We appreciate your support.